Hi, everyone. This is Tim Nye. Welcome to Community in Focus with Catholic Charities. I'm really excited today. We have a new guest. It's Mathean Parentela. What a fantastic name. Mathean, welcome.
Thank you.
So let's just start there. So you said we were talking earlier about your last name. That's a French name?
Yeah, that's what my family told me at least.
Yeah, right. No, I have the same thing. So
Yeah.
my name is pronounced Tim Nye, but it's pronounced Nay, also with French background. But I have that whole fear, like if I go back and I try to investigate that, say, sir, you're actually not French, and then I like that commercial sort of thing. Have you ever done some traveling like that? Been back to other areas around the world?
Yeah, I've been to the Philippines in 2017. That was my first and last time. I visited both sides of my family there. I was there for about like 3 weeks.
Okay, that's fantastic. So let's just talk a little bit more about you. So where are you from, actually?
So I grew up here.
Okay.
I was born in Saipan, which is a small island off of Guam.
Okay.
I'm Filipino, like I said. So I was there from when I was 1 to 2. So after I was born, I moved to the Philippines,
Sure.
moved back to Saipan, and then from Saipan to America.
Wow. Okay, and so now you're here in America, and you grew up in what area of this Southern California?
Colton and San Bernardino, so I'm really local.
All right, so Colton and San Bernardino fans out there, I know actually when I'm newer to the area, so I've noticed that people are really big about where they're from. This is the guy cutting my hair with my Inland Empire haircut says, I asked him where's he from? He says Rialto, very proud, and he's like, and I lived in Upland once too, right? So it's very specific. I didn't expect that. So, what actually got you passionate about, I know you're in a master's program now. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'm in my master's for public admin. I consider myself really passionate about being in leadership, and I want to stay in social services. I started off with my public health degree for my undergrad. I got into this role. I really liked what we offered to the community, and it inspired me. So that's why I lean towards public admin this time.
I like to say there's no accidents, but what inspired you from going, like some people would have been satisfied just with a 4-year degree. Some people are satisfied with less of that. And we have to respect people's ambitions levels, but what caused you to say, I'm going to get a master's now?
I think my parents, a lot of that has to do with them. But, I grew up, my parents, they only had their bachelor's, but from the Philippines. They weren't really able to use it here. And so me having the ability to use my brain for something, right? Use my education, I want to inspire others to do the same thing.
They must be very proud. So one of your parents, or not, if not both, are your hero or your inspiration, most likely. That's fantastic. Yeah, I love that. And so you have very strong family values there, and you're pursuing your master's degree. And what institution is that with?
Cal Baptist.
Okay, Cal Baptist. Love Cal Baptist.
Yeah.
A little shout out to Cal Baptist. We often have interns from Cal Baptist as well. And what an amazing campus they have there in program.
Yeah.
Actually. Okay, so we've got that moving forward. And you're at Catholic Charities. And how long have you been with us now?
Almost 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
It feels longer because I've only been here 8 months. So that's like almost double my time. I would have suspected you've been a little longer. So with my coming on as the new chief executive officer, we've made some changes. Can you talk a little bit about what your experience was moving through those changes? Somewhat of the restructure of programs and specifically our hunger relief team, the pause and such.
Yeah. Obviously change is hard for a lot of people. And I think you coming in, it was a really big change from what we were used to. So I was a little bit hesitant, but after seeing the changes that you've already made so far, I think I was a little bit inspired from that. And then moving forward with my new position, I think seeing the change with the community and seeing the different side of it, because I was really on the admin side, right? So now getting to work with the community, I see the changes we are actually making. So I'm more open to it now, and I'm excited to see where we can move forward in other places.
You mentioned leadership, and you don't have to convince me that that's important to you because, ladies and gentlemen, one of the reasons that Mathean's here now in this podcast is actually she's our team member of the quarter, right? Which I've never done in my career. And I just felt it was so fitting. There's a lot of competition, but certainly you took on a great leadership role what inspired you to really start taking the lead in the pod and with your teammates? And I noticed that you do it very well. Actually,
Thank
you
you.
bring this change, but what inspired you to really take that front role like that?
I think I was blessed to have a program that was already kind of set, and a position that was already set as well, but I think my office manager, she listed out, like, her expectations from us, and me coming from, like, a competitive background, playing sports in school and being really, like, academically advanced, I guess you can say, um, I think I wanted to keep that going with work, and I have that mindset already, so I think that kind of pushed me to lean towards that.
Yeah, so Mathean, so Matthew's Harvest, a new initiative that we have here, and something we want to do with the support of Bishop Rojas, the Diocese of San Bernardino, is start to work with our 92 parishes in our 2 counties. And I think you've mentioned it, 14% poverty rate in San Bernardino alone, and Riverside counties also great struggles. And we know that hunger relief is actually a gateway to our other programs and services. So as an organization, we're shifting not just from a hand out, but a hand up with our other programs and offerings. So can you talk a little bit more about the hunger relief team and specifically Matthew's Harvest and what we're doing there?
Yeah, so for the hunger relief team, we have 2 parts of the program. We work directly with CalFresh Healthy Living and CalFresh Enrollments with that. CalFresh Enrollments, we do applications, renewals, and then the Healthy Living is nutrition education. And then the nutrition education, it's based on behavioral changes, so that's, like, our main goal for that. And with Matthew's Harvest, it's a box, full of 4 meals that should feed a family. And our main goal with that is to help with hunger relief, right? Where people are experiencing food insecurity, and I think that's gonna be the main goal where we're able to help people in our community through the churches.
I love that. And also our another team member, Christian, when he teaches the class, I
Mhm.
love his example of, the bag of sugar
Mhm.
that he shows when you drink a soda, how much sugar that is,
Yeah.
because that content really even started getting me to think, hey, maybe I shouldn't have that soda and certainly not that diet soda and just start to rethink my drink and for all of us in our community to start eating healthier, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's one of our favorite, examples to give just 'cause it hits home for a lot of people, even me, so, yeah, I think topics like that are really important to share with the community because they don't realize that they're having these really unhealthy habits, that they practice daily.
Yeah, so Matthew's Harvest, everyone, just to reiterate, it'll be a program or service that goes out to the parishes, our 92 parishes, and volunteers will be able to pack these boxes that have four meals for a family of four, and they're at a very low cost that we can produce them and provide them to the community. And as Catholic Charities and Catholic churches, we serve all people in our community, so that's important to remember. Again, Mathea's here today because she's just a great example of our staff and taking leadership and ownership in a program where she's making all kinds of improvements with her teammates in something called a pod. Can you talk briefly about the pods?
Yeah, so we have, several programs that we offer here at Catholic Charities. We have our career advisory, hunger relief, the one I'm in, and then, our enhanced care management, and then we also have, like, immigration and stuff like that, but the pods consist of about 4 different people in each pod, so it's like a little group, and we meet monthly to kind of share the best practices, with each other and, see where we can improve on and see what, like I said, practices that we can kind of adopt into each office. So far it's been okay, it's been good, we're still learning, so I'm really excited to see the advancements we're able to make later on.
Right. It's all about continuous improvement. So whatever we're doing today essentially will be better a month from now
Yeah,
and this sort of thing.
yeah.
And that is again, just want to congratulate Mathean for being our team member, nominated by her peers, our team member of the quarter. Just a fantastic work that you're doing as part of the organization. I can't tell you, like, this is one of my most exciting podcasts that we've done so far because we're on the front lines.
Yeah.
You're on the front lines working with our community. You're where the rubber meets the road. So I'm just really humbled in my career as executive director of Armed Services Y, chief operating officer of Feeding America San Diego, in my time in the Marine Corps. I want to say I'm inspired by the changes you've made, the leadership you've provided, and what you're doing. And I wanted our community members to know about it, to know that we have folks like you on our team that are out there making a huge impact and difference. So lastly, so what's next? So you've got your master's degree coming. You're taking leadership on our pods and our hunger relief team. What do you plan on moving to next as far as your vision for your future?
I think just finishing up with school and seeing where the experience takes me. I do want to become a program manager later on in life. I do want to stay in social services, excuse me, like I said. So something hopefully within the county or the city level. That's my ultimate goal. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I have no doubt you're going to continue to have success here in our organization. And that literally means that we're going to be helping more people in our community. And certainly, your biggest fan as far as making sure your career continues to flourish here in the Inland Empire. And I know big things are coming for you.
Thank
And
you.
I do appreciate everything you've done for the organization and our community. So,
Thank you.
everyone you're watching now, Community in Focus with Catholic Charities, we need you to like, share, and subscribe and really get our name out there. That's one way you can help us. Spread the word about Matthew's Harvest and spread the word about what we're doing here at Catholic Charities with great staff members like Mathean and all of our folks that truly care about the community. We appreciate you again. Like, share, and smash that subscribe button. Thank you so much.
Thank you.